As you can see, this right here is the cleaned assembly for the left side. The right will go apart and get cleaned in the exact same manner, so there's really no reason for us to show it. So the next thing we're going to do is move right here to the high pressure block. Actually, sorry, this is the low pressure block. Is that right? In any case, what we're going to do is we're going to take off this O-ring. And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze on the sides and we're going to lift up. And the O-ring will lift out of place. Comes right off. Now there was an O-ring here, but it easily was removed. Both O-rings will get replaced in the rebuild kit. So in this case, we're now going to take the Kim wipes and the alcohol, and we're going to need to clean all over and inside of this block. So you can see it has a lot of dust. A lot of it will just kind of fall off. See, it's very black. And we will need to sort of scrub inside with the alcohol. It does come off rather easily, but we do need to make sure that we do a thorough job. Wow, there's quite a lot in there. Welcome back. Alright, this right here is the left piston. We're going to now take this assembly apart so we can do a full cleaning. So you can see there's a lot of Teflon dust on this. You'll definitely want to make sure that you're wearing safety glasses. Some of these pieces can fly off. So these can vary. They're not always the same. There are actually, I think, 4 different styles of these pumps, and each one of their piston assemblies can be different. They have some commonalities though. As you can see, it comes apart. Now this is actually a Teflon gasket of sorts. And we have another Teflon gasket right here. Now on a different version of this pump, there may actually be a black O-ring right in around here. And there would also be a black O-ring in and around here as well. So you can see how dusty it is. And we're going to now clean all of these pieces with alcohol. These pieces, these Teflon gaskets, these are discarded and they will be replaced with new ones once the rest of this is clean. Alright, so here we have the atmospheric block top, for lack of a better term. So now we're going to clean this. It's probably going to be one of the easiest items to clean. They're typically not very dirty. Sometimes these do require a little bit of elbow grease. You can see they're getting nice and black. They do have Teflon on these 3 pieces. There's a little patch of Teflon that can get rather soiled sometimes. In this case, even worn off, which could explain why we've had so much wear and so much black debris left behind. This pump is probably 5 or 6 years old. Chances are they're not really designed to last that long. So basically that's kind of a clean cavity. The next piece, or pieces, that we're going to clean now are the internal assembly components and the face panel. So we'll start first with the face panel. Now you could use a screwdriver if you're really careful, or what works well sometimes is the end of a plastic wire tie. So we'll just remove that gasket. It will be replaced, or O-ring rather, will be replaced. So we're going to make sure that we clean this plate very well as in the O-ring groove. As you can see, we have quite a bit of debris that has found its way into the O-ring groove. We can't have any of that. And then the next piece is this weight. It's got a lot of Teflon dust on it. And once we clean this guy, we'll also clean these other assembly components right here, the washer and nuts, and we'll be all done. Alright, so as you can see, we have cleaned this block. It's in pretty good shape now, so we're going to set that aside. And now we're going to go to this right here is actually the atmospheric gate, or the valve, the atmospheric valve. So this is what actually sits on top of the piston. It's on the opposite side. The piston moves up and down kind of against this valve. And what we want to look at, and we cleaned half of it just to kind of illustrate what it looks like. Now this valve is very worn. It's been used for a very long time. It's got some deep grooves in it, and there's also kind of a physical discontinuity around the sides. So we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to replace this piece. This is what the bottom looks like, being aluminum. The high pressure valve looks different. It's a Teflon piece, and we'll show that when we get to it. This does have another component, this rubber hose, and this rubber hose fits inside just like that. So we're going to have to clean this, and that's how we'll show you how to clean this. In this case, we are replacing both components, and we'll show that in a moment with the kit. But for now, I just want to show you the procedure for cleaning, and I bet you it's probably not going to clean up very well. So just like before, you'd take some alcohol and try to clean it up. Now this particular, so that's kind of what it looks like, nice and clean. Well, we're getting there. So now this particular hose has been rather flattened, and that's once again because of its age and use, also kind of showing some age. It might have a little bit of life left in it compared to some of the others I've seen that are basically breaking apart. Wow, there seems to be some junk inside too when I twist it like this. In any case, we'll probably save this piece as an emergency spare part, but many cases when they are being replaced, they're already at the end of their life. Alright, so we have right here the ATM gate valve. This right here is atmospheric ATM. So as you can see in the package, we have a brand new rubber gate valve with the rubber O-ring. So we'll set this aside and we will add this to our assembly once we're ready to put it back together. Alright, we have the left metal gaskets here. So what we have to do when we clean these is just pay attention to the orientation and just clean them gently, once again with alcohol, and just more of a real light cleaning on both sides. They typically do not get very dirty. It's probably the absolute most easiest component to clean. As I said, the most important piece with these is maintaining their orientation and which side they belong to. Because they're not always identical, either on the side of the piston or on the actual pump itself. So as you can see, we have a clean assembly cavity. And we have a full set of clean piston components, at least for the left side. Everything, the procedures are all the same for both sides, so there's no need for us to show you the right side. And we'll see you again during assembly.